absolutely never ever use your own computer to order any grow equipment, fertilizers, lights, anything like that. Each computer has an IP address, which is the same as every home has an address. So does every computer, and that can be traced. If you're going to use a computer to order your equipment online, choose a public computer, such as one in a public library or an internet chat room. When paying for your grow equipment online, be sure and use a gift credit card. You can purchase these at Walmart or the mall. These credit cards are impossible to trace back to you because you don't have to give a name to purchase one. After purchasing your equipment on a public computer with a gift credit card, you must have the equipment shipped to a safe address that can't be traced to you. Some people advise obtaining a fake ID and then renting a post office box and getting that equipment sent there. I do not recommend that. That's a felony. That's breaking another law. You can safely get your equipment into your home without having to break any laws. Simply pick a shipping address of a friend or a relative and explain to them you have a gift for your wife or a significant other being shipped to them. You didn't want it shipped to your house, or your wife or significant other would figure out the surprise. This guarantees that grow equipment will go somewhere that can't be traced. My favorite way to purchase grow equipment is to buy it directly from a store with cash. It's a good idea to make sure and borrow somebody else's car when you drive to a grow store. Don't take your own car. You're not jeopardizing the person that you borrow the car from because there will be no grow operation set up at their house. You will be in jeopardy if you use your own vehicle. When you're traveling to the grow store to make the purchase, you want to make certain you're not being followed. It's almost impossible to tail somebody unless the police are using 3 or 4 vehicles in unison, where the first vehicle can begin following, turn off, the second vehicle picks them up, they turn off, the third vehicle picks them up, giving the other 2 a chance to catch up, and they continue seesawing in that fashion where it looks less suspicious. If police are using that method to follow you, you'll never know it, but it's very easy to screw them up by doing fast stops, turning around, or even acting like you're going to turn around and then continue straight. It's all about misdirection, or simply pull over. Let vehicles pass for a bit. Go back in the opposite direction and see what's coming back at you. Look at these cars. Now, if any of those vehicles start hitting their brake lights or turning off, it's a good chance they were following you and you tripped them up and caused them to tap their brake. And like I said, you might not see those 4 or 5 vehicles working in unison to follow you, but I promise you, they go crazy on the radio. He's turning this way, he turned that way, and before long, you've lost them. It's not hard to shake people following you. Make certain you use these methods going to and from the grow shop. When you approach a grow shop store, you want to perform what's called a heat run and make certain that spot's not being watched. A heat run consists of zooming around a parking lot and being totally aware of your surroundings. The first thing I noticed when I came into this parking lot was this suspiciously parked truck. Now see how he's facing away from the store? The store is behind, trained to park away, and they look at it through their rear view mirror. And what's even more suspicious is this male in the passenger seat is looking through his rear view mirror with his rear view mirror cocked. Now that could be legitimate. He could be waiting for somebody to come out, but it doesn't look like it. Of course, look for the signature van with blacked out windows or Suburbans with blacked out windows. Police use those to set up surveillance.
Any conversation about any illegal substance voids all sales.
When you purchase your grow equipment and you get ready to drive home with it, leave in the opposite direction of the grow location. Take the grow equipment somewhere else, let it cool off for about a week or so, then go back, retrieve your items, and take them to the grow location. Another sloppy mistake that growers make is failing to control the odor of the marijuana. Anybody that's ever been close to a marijuana plant can tell you it has a distinct and strong odor. The only safe way that really works is pumping the air from your grow room through a carbon filter. This air can be pumped into your house. Do not pump it outside, and that totally takes care of the odor problem. I understand that if you have $1 million grow operation, it takes a lot of filters and a lot more work. Controlling trash should enter your mind as controlling evidence. Police look through trash cans to try and gather evidence that proves you're growing marijuana in your house. Do not throw anything in the trash that can be linked to a grow operation. You must take this type of trash to a nearby dumpster somewhere and get it off your property. Fertilizer sacks, grow equipment boxes, data that you recorded. Get that stuff and keep that stuff out of your house, and absolutely never put it in your trash can. Larger operations have a problem with the excess stems and leaves after they harvest the bud off the marijuana plants. It's my recommendation that the leftover marijuana stems and leaves must be taken off your property. Now, you're running a great risk by placing it in your car and getting it to a place it can be dumped. But watch Traffic Stops Volume 1 and learn how to safely drive your stash in a vehicle. If you live in a rural area, it's an even better idea to hand carry these extra stems and leaves through the woods a mile away from your property. Get it off your property however you must in a safe fashion. Now, I know if you're growing marijuana, you're a cannabis proponent and you're excited about your work, but do not display nor possess any paraphernalia such as marijuana leaf t-shirts or emblems. Anything relating to marijuana must be taken out of your house, never to return again. Keep that place clean. Now, I understand another huge part of not getting busted for growing marijuana indoors is being able to sell that marijuana safely. We cover that in this DVD in the How to Sell Marijuana section. So use those tips to help get rid of your stash.